Hello everyone, welcome to Mushkil Ashan. I am Joita Shaha, clinical psychologist, and today our topic of discussion will be how to handle uncertainty. Uncertainty affects everyone just differently. When we face a problem, our reactions to a problem are different for different people. Generally, in a stressful situation, we have the fight or flight response. That is, either we stand there and fight the situation, or we flee the situation, we run away from the situation. Because from times immemorial, people have grown up facing uncertainty. Just imagine our ancestors, the kind of world they lived in. Everything was uncertain, so our body was used to facing uncertainty. Thus, the brain reacted in the flight or fight response. In today's world also, the pandemic situation has created an uncertainty in everyone's mind, and all of us have been affected by it. But how we face the uncertainty depends on our coping mechanisms. Some people deal better with stress than others. That is because of their coping mechanisms. There are two types of coping mechanisms. One is problem focused and the other is emotion focused. In the problem focused coping strategy, we face the problem and we try to find the solution to the problem. But in emotion focused coping strategy, we are not bothered about the problem. We are more aware of our emotions and we react to these emotions, and obviously you can understand that does not help us reach a solution. In fact, that creates much more problems. So how do you react to uncertainty, and what to do in these uncertain times is the topic of our discussion today. So what do you think you should be doing when you have faced certain uncertainty? The first reaction is anxiety, which is very common, and as your anxiety increases, your fear also increases and it becomes a vicious cycle. So the first thing you have to do is you have to identify and tune out the unproductive worrying. There are certain worries which we do not have any control over. Say a natural disaster, you have no control over it, so unduly worrying about it won't get things solved. What you can do is you can take the logical steps of what might happen and you are prepared for the situation. But instead of that, you are not prepared for the situation, you do not have necessary amenities at home, and you are going on worrying and working your mind into a frenzy. That does not help you. So you have to tune out the unproductive worrying and act on the situation and make as much as resources in hand, keep them in hand so that you can deal with the situation. The next thing which you can do is practice mindfulness. It sounds very difficult and you must be worrying what is that, but mindfulness is one of the easiest techniques to practice in the case of uncertain times. Mindfulness can practice in everything, even in your breathing, your eating, your walking. There are different ways you can practice mindfulness. Suppose you're eating your breakfast, you concentrate on the food that you eat instead of gulping it down and looking at your mobile screen. So you feel each and every texture, the aroma, what is there inside your breakfast or your lunch or your dinner. That is mindful eating, where you feel, taste the texture and aroma of each and every morsel of the food. Suppose you're going for a walk. So when you go for a walk, mindfulness walking would be when you concentrate on the way rather than just going out for a walk without noticing anything. If you people have read Ruskin Bond, you will notice that his books generally, when he talks about walking in the hills, are about mindful walking. They are simple descriptions of the hilly roads and the beautiful flowers that is there present in Himachal Pradesh. So when you are walking, eating, or in fact breathing, mindful breathing is all about deep breathing. When you concentrate on your inhaling and exhaling process rather than just being tensed about the situation. So when you are anxious, we always advise people to practice deep breathing. Why? Because it gives you time. It gives you more scope to think about the problem rationally, and it calms you down. So mindfulness practice is very essential and beneficial in all the fields. And then what you can do is develop habits and routines for a sense of control. Generally during these pandemic times, people are going to bed very late, getting up usually late, and their routines have gone for a toss. I heard one client saying that he does not even take his bath regularly, and during the COVID situation, when he was not going out of his home, he was staying inside his AC room and took bath once in a week or 10 days. And his wife and son were complaining about it. So the routine had gone for a toss. In the case of behavior therapy or cognitive behavior therapy, we have a term called activity scheduling, which is very important because it helps in behavioral activation. Following a certain routine, a practice, leads to good habits which your brain identifies, and it helps to maintain a equilibrium in your life, and you are prepared for things in your life. If you're not following a proper schedule of eating, sleeping, exercising, doing your regular task, then generally you lose the meaning and everything, and your reaction is nothing is going to change, nothing is going to improve. I'm going to be stuck up in this rut and not even try to change the situation. The next thing, which is very important, is focusing on gratitude. Regularly maintain a gratitude journal and write down what are the things you are grateful for. Instead of complaining always regarding the uncertain times and how to deal with it and what to do with it, if you just sit and write down your gratitude journal, you would feel much better. So instead of complaining that in the COVID situation, when everyone is in a difficult situation, you are stuck up at home for months, instead of going on complaining about that, you can rephrase it like, I still have a job and the job is a safe option where I can work from home. So I have a job which gives me the opportunity to keep myself safe and work from home. So instead of going on cribbing that I will just go crazy sitting here for home for the last 7-8 months, you should rephrase it like, I am lucky enough to still have a job, and such a job that which is keeping me safe. And one thing to keep in mind is seek out humor. It can be any television series, it might be a movie, it might be a book, whichever tickles your sense of humor. Please read that, watch it, whichever you like, do that, because you have to seek out humor in these dark days, which would help you to be in good spirits. Another thing people tend to do is they go for temporary distractions. Temporary distractions, they want to feel certain about the situation, they want to control the situation, and they either take to drinking, smoking, doing drugs, binge eating. These kind of temporary distractions do not provide a solution to the problem. In fact, they increase the problem more. So stay away from temporary distractions, because it is not going to bring certainty into the situation. It is going to make your uncertain times more difficult. So in a nutshell, if I would have to summarize how to deal with uncertainty, I would say stick to your daily routine. If you have certain good habits, make sure that you're following them. If you need to change your habits, then change your habits. Practice mindfulness, keep a gratitude journal, don't overdo things which are harmful for you, seek humor, and stay in the presence of positive people, because that too helps. You are in the company of people or contacting people who are always talking about the negative and giving you negative thoughts. That is not going to help your situation. So choose your friends wisely. Thank you for watching this episode. Do like the episode and share it if you can relate with it. And for such episodes, if you have not already subscribed to the channel, please subscribe the channel and click the bell button. I'll be there every Saturday at 6 p.m. with you.